Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we are going to do the paper May, June 2010, paper 1-2. So let's move on to question number 1. So here we have 1.5 minus 0.2 times 4. So we have to use the rule of BODMAS, which tells me that I have to do this one first and then this one. So what is 0.2 times 4? It will be 0.8. And here we have 1.5 minus 0.8. It will be 0.7. So answer part A will be 0.7. Now part B, we have 4.2 divided by 0.07. So we can rewrite this as a fraction itself. So 1.2 divided by 7 over 100. So how do I know it's 100? Because I have to move by 2 decimal place. That's why it's 100. So now if we rewrite this, it will be 4.2 divided by 7 times 100. So that will be 4200 divided by 7. That will be 600. So this will be your answer. And another method you can use would be much simpler here. You can just write that and 0.07. So here you see you have to multiply by 100 to get 7. So you multiply down and up by 100. Here you get 420 divided by 7. Oh, made a mistake here. It will be 60. So 60. So your answer will be 60. So part B will be 60. Moving on to question number 2. Express as a single fraction this fraction. So the first thing we observe is that the bases are different. So what can I do? I will do LCM of the bases, which is 7 times 5. And then cross multiply, we have 25 minus 14. So 25 minus 14 will be 11 divided by 35. And that will be your answer for part A. Now for part B, as you can see, we have mixed numbers. So the first thing we do is to expand them. So 1 times 5 plus 1, 6 over 5, divided by 2 times 3 plus 1, 7 over 3. So 6 over 5, change divide to multiply. So we have to flip this side. It will become 3 over 7. So 6 times 3 will be 18. And then 5 times 7 will be 35. And that will be your answer for part B. Moving on to question number 3. In a town, we have 11,000 people out of the total population of 50,000 age 18 years old. What is the percentage of the population age under 18? So we know that we have 11,000 people from 50,000 who are age 18. So percentage will be, we'll take the 11,000 divided by the 50,000 times 100. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, cut here, 1, 2. That will be 22%. So your answer for part A will be 22%. Part B, a company employing 1,200 workers increased the number of workers by 15%. How many workers does it now employ? So if you increase by 15%, the new number for employees will be 15%, if that makes sense. So that will be the new numbers times this to find the number. So that will be this and this. So what is 115 times 12? 5 times 2 is 10. 1 times 3 is 2. Plus 1 is 3. 2. So 0. And then we have 5. 1, 1. That will be 0, 8, 3, 1. So your answer will be 1,380 people as the new number of workers. Question part 4. Evaluate these indices. As we know, anything power 0 is 1. 9 power 1 is 9. Plus 1 will be 10. Part B, we have 1, 9. So we know that 1 can also be written as 1 power 2. 9 can be written as 3 power 2. So we have 1 power 2 over 3 power 2. Power half, that will be 1 over 3. So your answer will be 1 over 3 for question part B. So now for question number 5, by writing each number correct to 1 SF, estimate the value of this fraction. As you can see, we have 1, 2, 3 numbers. The first one is 48.9, and we have 0.2707. So at first we ignore the power, just write the number which is inside, and then we take 3.94. So we have to write them down as correct to 1 SF. So we leave the first one alone. We ask ourselves if this number is bigger or equal to 5. If it is yes, then we have to add 1 to the first number, become 5, and the rest will become 0. So we leave this first number alone and ask ourselves if it is no, convert everything to 0, and leave the first one, and this one is more than 5, so we add 1, it will become 4.00. So now we replace this back in the fraction. We have 50 times 0.2 square divided by 4. So 50 times 0.2 times 0.2 divided by 4. So let's divide by 2. We have 2. 0.1 divided by 2 again, we have 0.1. So 0 cut will become 1 here. So 5 times 0.1 will be 0.5. So your answer will be 0.5 for number 5. Moving on to part 6. Solve this equation. So when we have a fraction equal to a number, we can cross multiply. We have 3 equal to 2x minus 2. So 2x will be, we send this over here, will be 5. So x will be 5 divided by 2, which will be 2.5. That is your answer for part A. Now part B. Given that p is equal to 2t minus r, express t in terms of p and r. So here we have p equal to 2t minus r. If we send r over here, we have 2t equal to p plus r. T will be p plus r divided by 2. And that will be your answer for part B. Moving on to question number 7. This is a regular hexagon. Draw all the lines of symmetry. As you can see, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. So we know it has 1 here. It has 1 here, 1 here. So it has a lot of line of symmetry. So we have to go one by one. The first one will be here. Second one will be here. Will be here as well. So make sure that every line passes through the center. I think I made a mistake with this one, but that's okay. Make sure that every line passes through the center properly. So we get 1, we get 1 here, and we have a last one here. So in total we have 6 lines of symmetry, as you can see. Now moving on to part B. On the grid below, draw a quadrilateral with a rotational symmetry of order 2. So this one usually is a rectangle. So pretty easy. How do you draw a rectangle? So side of 3. So you have to make it equal on both sides. That's why you have to try your best to make it the same distance from both sides and the same distance from up and down to form a rectangle. And then if you rotate by 180, it's going to be the same, which is order 2. So question part D. The table shows the record minimum monthly temperatures in degrees Celsius in Vostok and London. So these are the measurements of the temperatures in Vostok and London. Find the difference between the temperatures in Vostok and London in July. So July is here. Find the difference. So 7 minus 74, that will be 7 plus 74, that will be 81. 81 degrees Celsius. Part B. Find the difference between temperatures in Vostok and in February and June. So February is minus 47 and June is minus 71. So let's do the difference, which is minus 47 minus 71. That will become minus 47 plus 71. So let's do that. So we have 6, 10, 3, 4, 2. 24 degrees Celsius will be the difference between those two temperatures. Okay, and that is question number 8. So let's move on to question number 9. Written as a product of prime factors, we have 168 equal to this. Express 140 as a product of its prime factors. So this is very easy as well. We have to divide. So 140 divided by 2, we have 70. Divided by 2, we have 35. Divided by 5, we have 7. So it means 140 equal to 2 times 2 times 5 times 7. And that is your answer for part A. Part B, find the HCF of these two. So let's write this down again. So 168 is equal to 2 power 3 times 3 times 7. And 140 equal to 2 power 2 times 5 times 7. So what is common? This is common and this is common. So we have 2 power 2 times 7. That will be the HCF. So 4 times 7 will be 28. Part C, find the smallest integer n such that 168 is a square number. So 168 again, we have the power of 2 power 3 times 3 times 7. As you can see, the power here is 1, 1. So if you want this to be a square number, it needs to be even. How do we make this even? So we have to multiply this by 2, by 3, and by 7. So the value of n will be this, which is 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 7 is 42. So part C is 42. Question number 10. We have Jane and Ken share some money in the ratio of 5 to 3. So Jane and Ken. Ken's share is $16 less than Jane's share. So Ken is $16 less. So what is the difference between Jane's share and Ken's share? So 5 minus 3 is 2. So 2 represents $16. Find each person's shares. So if 2 represents $16, 1 represents 8. So Jane has 5 shares, Ken has 3 shares, so 5 times 8 will be 40, and Ken has 24. So Jane has 40 and Ken has $24. Part B. The scale of a map is 1 to 25,000. The distance between two villages is 10 centimeters on the map. Find the actual distance in kilometers between the villages. So 1 is 25,000. If it was 10, that will be 25. We add 1 0, which will be 250 km. So the answer will be 250 km. Okay. Moving on to question 11. So here we have f of x, which is a function of x, is 5 minus 2x over 3x. Find the value of f of minus 2, which is x, equal to minus 2. So let's replace that in the equation. We have 5 minus 2 divided by 3 minus 2. We have 5. What is minus 2 times minus 2? It is plus 4 divided by minus 6. 10 divided by minus 6. We can divide by 2 and see what happens. Oh, sorry, it's 9. So divide by 3, we have 3 over 2. So the answer will be minus 3 over 2. Part B. Find the inverse of x, f of x. So the first step is to let y equal to f of x, which is 5 2x over 3. So now we have to make x the subject of formula. We have to cross multiply. We have 3xy equal to 5 minus 2x. We send x over here. We have 3xy plus 2x equal to 5. So x will be 3y plus 2 equal to 5. So x will be 5 divided by 3y plus 2, which means f of minus x inverse will be 3x plus 2. And this will be your answer for part B. Moving on to question number 12. It is given that y is inversely proportional to the square of x. Square of x is x squared, and we have y is inversely proportional to the square of x, which means y is equal to k over x squared. So now if you have y equal to this and x equal to this, find the value of k. K will be 48 times 1 over 4. That will be 12. K is equal to 12. So our new equation will be y equal to 12 over x squared, and that is your answer for part A. Part B, find the values of x when y equal to 3. So y is 3. Find the value of x. X squared will be 12 divided by 3, which is 4. X will be 2. Okay, so two values will be, when we have square root, usually we write plus minus square root of 4. That will be plus minus 2. So minus 2 over 2. Moving on to question number 13. So we have 3x plus 2y equal to 7. X minus 3y equal to 17. So in this question you can use two methods. One is elimination and the other one is substitution. So as I can see, I have 1 as a coefficient of x. I will use the method of substitution. So I know that x minus 3y equal to 17, which means x equal to 17 plus 3y. So now we replace this in the first equation. So 3x, x is equal to 17 plus 3y plus 2y equal to 7. Now we have to expand. 3 times 17 will be what? Will be 51 plus 9y plus 2y equal to 7. So we send this over here. We have 9 plus 2 will be 11y. 7 minus 51. So 11y will be what? So let's do 51 minus 7. We have 4, 10, 3, 44. So 11 will be minus 44. So y will be minus 4. So from this, we replace this back in the equation. So x will be 17 plus 3 minus 4. That will be 17 minus 12. That will be 5. So your answer will be 5 and minus 4. Okay, and that is question number 13. Moving on to question number 14. A straight line passes through the points of P and Q. Find the coordinates of the midpoint. So we have to use a formula for this one, pretty easy. We call this x1, y1, x2, y2. So we have to do x1 plus x2, which is 8 minus 8 plus 4, that will be minus 4, divided by 2, and 10 plus 1, 11, divided by 2, that will be minus 2 and 5.5. That will be the midpoint of PQ. Part B, find the equation of PQ. So the first thing we need to find is the gradient of PQ. Gradient, we have to use a formula again, which is y2 minus y1, so 1 minus 10, divided by x2 minus x1, which is 4 minus minus 8. That will be minus 9 over 12. So now once we have the gradient, we have to use a point. Let's choose this point, for example. So we have to do y minus 1, so y minus 1, divided by x minus 4, x minus 4, equal to minus 9 over 12. So now we have to simplify, maybe divide by 3. We have 3 and 4. Then we cross multiply. We have 4y minus 4 equal to 3x minus 12. So 4y equal to 3x minus 12 plus 4. That will be 4y equal to 3x minus 8. That will be your answer for part B. That was question number 14. Okay, moving on to question number 15. So the diagram shows a circle center O passing through the points A, B, C, and D. BOD is a straight line, and BAC is 38 degrees. Part A, find the angle DAC. We have to find this angle DAC. So let's see, what do we have? So here we have diameter, which means the triangle, we have a triangle over this, which means this is 90 degrees. So this will be 90 minus 38. That will be 8, 10, 2, and 5. That will be 52 degrees. Part B, find the angle DBC. DBC, find this angle. Okay, so this angle, we observe that it is on the arc DC, and this angle is also on the arc DC, which means this is equal to this. So 52, this will be 52 as well. And the last one is find the angle CBQ. C is here, B is here, Q is here. So this is a tangent to the line, and we know that at the tangent, if it goes to the center, this will be 90, which means this is 38. So that will be your answer for part C, 38 degrees. And that is question number 15. Let's move on to question number 16. A bag contains 6 red counters and 4 blue counters. So 6 red and 4 blue counters. 2 counters are taken from the bag at random without replacement. Part A. Complete the tree diagram below that represents this event. So for the first counter, as you can see, we have 6 over 10 chances of it being red. So we have blue over 10 of it being blue. Now if we take off the first one, so let's go in this tree first. If we take a red, we have 5 red remaining and 4 blue. So here it says we have a chance of 5 over 9, which means here we have a chance of 4 over 9. So now let's go with the blue tree. If we take out a blue, what's remaining? We will have 6 red remaining and 3 blue. So if you take a red, it's gonna be 6 over 9. If you take a blue, it's gonna be 3 over 9. Part B, expressing your answer as a fraction in its simplest form, calculate the probability that both counters are the same color. So same color, it can be red and red or blue and blue. Okay, so red and red is this two, which is 6 over 10 times 5 over 9. So 6 over 10 times 5 over 9. O is plus sign. Blue and blue is this two, which is 4 over 10 times 3 over 9. So now let's simplify. We have 30 divided by 90 plus 12 divided by 90. That will be 42 divided by 90. So let's divide by 3. We have 30. We have 1 and 4. Divided by 2, we have 7. We have 15. So your answer will be 7 over 15. That is question 16. Question number 17. ABCD is a parallelogram. So as you can see, those sides are the same direction, which means this is also 2p and this is 3q. The point X is on BC such that BX is 2 and XC is 1, which means this is 2q and this is q from the ratio here. Find in terms of P and Q the length of AC. AC, A go to B, B go to C. So AB plus BC. So AB is 2P plus 3Q. That is your answer for part A. Part B, find AX. AX will be AB BX. AB plus BX. So AB is 2P, BX is 2Q. Now part C, find XD. XD, we have to go up and go in this direction. So if this direction is 2p, this direction will be minus 2p. So XD will be X go to C and C go to D. So X go to C plus C go to D. XC is Q plus CD is minus 2p. So your answer will be minus 2p plus Q. And that is question number 17. Moving on to question 18. We have OAB. OAB is a sector of a circle radius r, and angle AOB is 60 degrees. Find in simplest form an expression for the terms of r and pi for the area of sector. So we have to use a formula, which is 60 divided by 360 times pi r square. So that will be 6, so 1 over 6 times pi r square is r square, so your answer will be pi r square divided by 6 for part A. Now part B, find the perimeter of the sector. Perimeter is a distance around, so we have r plus r and this one. What is the length of AB? AB is the length of arc. Arc is a formula, so 60 divided by 360 times 2 pi r. So let's simplify that. We have 1, 6, 2, and 3. We have pi r divided by 3. So the perimeter will be, as you can see, r plus r and plus this. So we have r plus r and plus pi r over 3, which will be 2 plus pi bracket r over 3. That will be your answer for part B. Now question number 19, we have A equal to this matrix and B equal to this matrix. Find A minus B. A is this one, minus B will be this. So 3 minus 0, A is 3, 1 minus 2 is minus 1, minus 1 minus minus 0 will be, 1 will be 0, 2 minus 3 will be minus 1. That will be your answer for part A. Part B, find the inverse of B. So we know that inverse of B is equal to 1 over determinant of B times the adjacent matrix of B. So let's find this one first. So determinant of B will be equal to, this is the matrix B, so we have to cross multiply. We have 0 times 3 minus minus 1 times 2. That will be 2. So now adjacent matrix of B. How do you find this? We have to switch those two. So we get 3 up, 0 down, and change the sign of those two. We get 1 and minus 2. So here we have B inverse is 1 over 2 times 3, 1 minus 2, 0. And that will be question number 19. Moving on to question number 20. The graph shows the cumulative frequency curve for ages of 60 employees. So we have 60 employees and these are the ages of the employees. Question part A. Use the graph to estimate the median. Median is the mid value, so we have to do half times the number of employees is 60 equal to 30th element. So we have to find the 30th element on the graph, which is here. Let's draw a line to cut the graph and find the value of his age. His age will be on this line. So this will be 36, 37, 38, 39. So the age will be 39 years old. Part B, find the interquartile range. So we have to do Q3 minus Q1. So Q3 is 3/4 of 60 minus Q1, which is 1/4 of 60. That will be half. Let's do that. So here will be which element? That will be 1545 element minus 15th element. Let's see, what do we get? So where is 45 on the graph? It will be in between 40 and 50. So this will be 45 element. So here will be the value will be 45.5. And where's the 15th element? It will be between 10 and 20. So I'll draw the graph here on the line straight. And we get the value here, which is 32. So what is the range? The range will be 45.5 minus 32, which will be 0.5 is out, 3 and 2 and 1. So that will be 13.5 for the interquartile range. Part C, Find the number of employees aged over 50 years old. So we have to go to the age axis, find 50. So 50 is here. Let's draw a line to cut the graph. And then we have to find the people who are more than 50 years old. So for me, I got this line, which is in between 50-ish. So I have this value. So the question is to find over, that is important. So you have to find this distance here. So what is the value here? It is 51. So 60 minus 51 will be 9 people. So your answer for part C will be 9 people. By 60 minus 51 will be 9. 9 people over the age of 50. 50. Get here, right. Question number 21, part A, factorize completely. So this one, as you can see, x is common and 3 is common. So we have x minus 4 remaining inside. So that will be your answer for part 1. For this one, we have x squared and y squared. So we have two brackets. So how do we get x squared? It is always x times x. How do we get 2y squared? It is 2y times y. And for us to get minus xy, it needs to be here, minus, because 2 and plus here. So that will be the factorization of this equation. Part B, simplify this one. Let's first simplify the top. So we have x squared plus 4x. That will be, x is common, so that will be x plus 4. Now the bottom, we have x squared minus 16, which is x squared minus 4 squared, which is x plus 4, x minus 4. Now we replace this back in the fraction. We have the top is this one and the bottom is this one. As you can see, this and this are the same, so we cut, and remaining will be x over x minus 4. That will be your answer, x over x minus 4 for part B. That is question number 21. Question number 22. A box has a volume of 2.5 meter cube. Express this volume as centimeter cube. So we know that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. Now for 1 meter square, it is 100 square centimeter. And now for 1 meter cube, it will be 100 cube centimeter. So we have to multiply this by this to express that in centimeter cube. So your answer will be 2.5 times 10, so 100 power 3. So which is about 2.5 times, so 1 time, 2, and 3. That will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is your answer for part A. Moving on to part B. John has a length of string. The string is 4 meters long, correct to the nearest 10 centimeter. So as you can see here, the unit and for the measurement and here is different. So what can I do is I can convert this to centimeters as well to have the same measurement on both sides. Part 1. Write down the lower bound of the length of the string. So lower bound, we first have to write down the measurement, plus minus this here, divide by 2. Upper bound will be 405, lower bound is 395. Write down the lower bound, it will become 395. Part 2. John cuts off 10 pieces of string. So cuts off 10 pieces of string. Each piece is 5 centimeter long, correct to the nearest centimeter, which means nearest 1 centimeter. Find the minimum possible length of string remaining. So minimum possible length, usually if you want to find the minimum, when we have minus, because it is cutting 5 centimeters, we have to, let me check this. String length of string is 4 meters long, which is 400. So let's find the upper bound and lower bound on this one as well. So 5 plus minus 1 divided by 2. 1 is here. 5.5 and 4.5. Find the minimum possible length of string remaining. Give your answer in centimeters. So what is the total length of this one for the maximum, right? Because we are trying to find the minimum remaining, so we have to find the maximum cut. So 5.5 times 10, we will have 55 centimeters will be cut. And from the string here, we have to minus this. So what is the minimum? So when we are looking for a difference, minimum difference, we have to take the minimum value minus the maximum. So this is the max, 55, and minimum here will be 395. So 395 minus 55, that will be 340. So your answer part B will be 340 centimeter. Question number 23. We have ABC is an isosceles triangle with AB equal to BC. AC is 32, as you can see here. So first thing we can do is draw a line from B to the base. Okay, and this will be the right angle. These two sides will be the same, which will be 32 divided by 2 will be 16 and 16. Okay, so now part 1, using as much information from the table, we have a table here, find the length of AB. So we have to find this length. So here we know this is the side called the adjacent side, and this is the hypotenuse. So we have to use Sohcahtoa. Sohcahtoa. So we know the adjacent side and we need to find the hypotenuse. So we have to use this one. So from the table we have cos of theta equal to 8/17. So let's find cos of theta from this side. So what is cos of theta here? So on this, cos of theta is equal to adjacent side will be 16/AB. So now let's equate this and this. Let's see what happens. So it will be 16/AB equal to 8/17. So if you solve this, cross multiply and everything, you will get AB will be the length of 34. So part A, AB is 34. So now moving on to part B, find the area of the triangle ABC. As we know, area is half times base times height. So we know the base is 32. We need to find the height. The height is this length here. So if you want to find the height, this is the opposite side. So we have to use adjacent. So Sohcahtoa again. So we know the adjacent side A. We need to find the opposite side. Okay, we have to use tan. So tan theta is equal to 15/8 on the table, and here it is equal to tan theta is equal to height divided by 16, which means the height is 30. Okay, so the height will be 30. So let's divide, we get 16. So 16 times 30, that will be 480. So area of triangle will be 480 centimeter square. Okay, moving on to question number 24. The diagram below shows three triangles. We have P, Q, and R. So P is here, Q is here, and R is here. Okay. Triangle T is an image of P under an enlargement with center 5,2 and scale factor 2. So first let's find where is the center. 5,2, 5,2. Center will be here. So now we know the scale factor is 2. What can we do? So the way I like to do this is I will first label the vertices. This is the point A, the point B, and the point C. So for the point A, how can we move from this center to the point A? We have to move by 1 left. So it will be -1, 0. So now we have to times 2 y2 because the scale factor is 2. We get -2, 0, which will be the image of A. So the new point will be 1, 2. Okay, so now the same thing for B, point B. How do you move to point B? So 1 to the left and 2 up. So -1 and 2 up times 2 again because scale factor is 2. -2, that will be 4, will be B dash. So again, go back to the center here, count -2, 1, 2, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the point B dash. And the last point is point C. How do you move from this to C? We have to move 2 up, which means 0 and 2 up times 2 becomes 0, 4, that will be C dash. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that will be the new point. So now let's join all the points together to form the triangle T. Okay, so that will be your answer for part A. Now for part B, it tells you describe fully the single transformation that maps P onto Q. So P is here, Q is here. As you can see, the size is the same and only the direction change direction. It means that it can only be a rotation. So now the next question is, what is the center of rotation? So let's try. If OO was the center, as we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 to this point. If you rotate from this point 90 degrees, let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it means it's the same point here and here by rotation of 90 degrees. So if you want to bring this to here, it will be 90 degrees anti-clockwise. So, okay, rotation transformation is a rotation 90 degrees anti-clockwise about center O. That is your answer, part B. Now part C, find the matrix representing the transformation that maps Q onto R. Q onto R, so let's count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see, it is a reflection on the line x-axis. So how do you find the matrix for that? I use a trick to actually find this. So I draw my axis, and then I label this x and y. This is the point. This is the point 1, O, and this is the point O1. So if you reflect those points on the x-axis, this will be the same. So this is the same, and this will become this point, which will be 0, -1. So 0, -1. So this represents a reflection in the x-axis. So your matrix will be 1, 0, 0, -1. And that will be question number 24. Question number 25. The diagram is a speed time graph for the first 20 seconds of a cyclist's journey. Part A. Calculate the distance traveled for the first 16 seconds. As you can see, 16 will be here. This is, as you can see, the shape is the shape of a trapezium. So let's find the area of trapezium. Half times sum of both sides, so 16 plus 8. So 16 plus 8, and times the length in between will be 9. That will be half times, that will be 24 times 9, that will be 12, times 9 will be what? 8, 10. 10:08 will be the distance traveled in the first 16 seconds. Part B. By drawing a tangent, find the acceleration of the cyclist when t equal to 18. So t equal to 18 will be the point here. So let's draw a tangent to the point and find the acceleration. Be about this line. Okay, so we can choose any 2 points on the line to find tangent. So I have 1 point here and 1 point here. So the height is, let's find the height, and the base is what? Base is 5, this is 17, and this is 9. So 9 till 5 is 4. That's the height. And the base will be 17 minus 12 is 5. So the acceleration is the gradient. So that will be height divided by base, which is 0.8. Okay. Now part C. On the grid in the answer space, sketch the diagram distance time graph for the first 16 seconds of the cyclist journey. So the first 16 seconds is only until here, which is the area of the trapezium. As you can see, there's 2 parts. One is this one where the speed is increasing, and one is this one where the speed is constant. So this one, let's draw this one first. So here, what is the distance travel for this? It is a triangle. So half times base times height. So half times 8 is 4 times 9 will be 36. So the first 8 seconds he made up to 36. That will be about this distance here, 36, 30, 35, 36, about here. So as you can see, the speed is increasing in this part. So on the distance time graph, the speed is the gradient of the graph. How do you draw increasing speed? You have to draw like this. How do you draw a decreasing speed? You have to draw like this. So if the speed is increasing, you have to draw like this. You have to increase until the point this. Okay, and for this one, as you can see, the speed is constant. It will be a straight line. But what is the area of the rectangle? So here the distance is 8. Then the height is 9. So 9 times 8 will be 72. So 72 will be up to 108. So 16, 110, 108 will be about here. So for this part, it will be a straight line, and the reason why is because the speed is constant from this time to this time. So that's the graph you will have for question part C of question number 25. Question number 26. A map is drawn to a scale of 1 centimeter to 5 kilometers. The diagram below shows the positions of 2 radial masts A and B, as you can see. Now part A. The third radial mass C is north of the line AB, so it means C is above, somewhere over here. It is 40 km from A and 50 km from B, so we have to use a scale of 1 to 5, which means that it will be 8 centimeters from A and 10 centimeters from B. So we have to use a ruler and our compass to find the position of C. So first thing, let's find the position from the point B. It will be 10 centimeters from B, so it will be about this point. So go to point B and draw an arc inside of this space, and then it will be 8 centimeters from point A. So same thing, draw an arc. You measure first and then go to point A, and you draw an arc on to cut the first one. So this point of intersection will be the point C. So the question is to construct triangle ABC. So you have to join the points to form triangle ABC. That will be AC and joining back to BC. Okay, so that was question part 1. Now part B. A house D inside the triangle is more than 35 km from B, which means in the scale it will be more than 7 centimeters from B and closer to B than to A, to the point B than to point A. So let's first draw the locus of points that will represent this condition. 35 km from B, which is 7 centimeters from B. So how do we do this? We have to measure on our ruler distance of 7 from B. So 7 centimeters will be here. And then we have to go to point B. We have to measure inside of the triangle. So the first condition tells you that it is more than 30, it will be outside this region of the triangle. So now, second condition tells you it is closer to B than to A. So point A is here and point B is here. Closer to B than to A. So we have to draw the bisector of A and B to find out where it is. So we'll go to point B and now make an arc at least more than halfway. So I'll go to point B properly and draw an arc up here, an arc down here, and go to point A with the same distance. Draw an arc here and an arc on the bottom as well. So here I have this point and this point of intersection. So we have to try our best to match them and then draw our line inside of triangle ABC. It will be about this line. Okay, so that's the perpendicular bisector of A and B. So we know where it's closer to A or to B. So now let's find the region. Shade the region on your diagram that represents the possible positions of the house D. So house D is more than this. It will be outside and it will be closer to B. It means it will be on this small area here. That will be the point of house D will be in this triangle. And that is your question part B. That was the last question of this paper. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below. If you guys have any requests, leave a comment as well. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.